I mean, Patrick and I were discussing earlier whether or not this is a problem of the government's own making by shaking the magic money tree once too often. If we've all become a little bit too drugged up on free money, that might have led to inflation. And now the government's hands are tied in being able to do anything about it. What's your take?
Well, I completely agree. I mean, we've had two massive economic experiments in the last 12 years. The first one was the beginning of using the money tree back in 2008, 2009, the printing of money to effectively finance the government's deficits as we came through that credit crunch. And what that did was to devalue the pound in your pocket. And if you were asset rich, it was terrific because all asset prices went up. But those people who lived from hand to mouth had a devalued pound in their pocket. So the working classes, middle classes, got really dumped on in 2008, 2009. Wind the clock forward 12 years, and you have another massive economic experiment by the government, locking people down for protracted periods, and again shaking that money, that magic money tree, which again has that same effect of devaluing the pound in your pocket. So the working class and middle classes, there's a four-letter word that comes to mind that I won't use, but they've been dumped on for the last 12 years. And what this government has got really, really wrong, and previous Conservative Party governments have got wrong in the last 12 years, is a failure to go beyond the necessity of printing money to think what then is required to balance the economy as we turned off that magic money tree. What was required in order to get small businesses moving again, getting working class people back on the front foot, balancing the inequity of asset prices going up and making those who caused the credit crunch in the first place richer. There was no vision of how you come out of these two massive economic experiments with the country doing well. And in a sense, the last economic experiment was, just from a purely economic perspective, was the most disastrous because they stopped the private sector from trading and they printed money. And that is what really has caused the cost of living crisis that we're now facing.